we will be covering today's first meeting. In this training, if you have any questions, please feel free to write us after the training also, and during the training, if you do not understand any part of it, you can always raise your hand and we will try to accommodate. I will speak a little bit in Urdu also. अगर अस्सलाम वालेकुम, अगर ट्रेनिंग के दौरान कोई बात ऐसी हुई जिसमें कोई चीज़ क्लियर नहीं आपको हुई या कोई बात समझने में आसानी नहीं हो पा रही, तो आप बता सकते हैं मुझे भी और ताहिर को भी, और अगर मीटिंग के दौरान ही बताना हो तो भी कोई मसला नहीं है, अगर मीटिंग के बाद भी हो जाए तो भी कोई मसला नहीं है। जब तक आपको मुकम्मल इसके माले में मालूमात नहीं हो जाती, हम यहीं पे ही होंगे इंशाल्लाह। और इसके बाद भी मेरा ईमेल एड्रेस जो होगा ना, वो हसन के नाम से HASSAN@ICHEI.org। सो अगर इस दौरान भी कोई मसला हो तो आप बाद में भी ईमेल कर सकते हैं। So on my right side is Dr. Fong. He is the co-director of IIOE Management Center, and next to him is Miss Xiao Xiao. She is our program officer and also the part of IIOE Management Center. She will be also conducting some of the modalities here. So I will hand over the stage to Dr. Fong.
Thank you very much. And previously we discussed with Mr. Takir Naeem about the functions and about content of this meeting, and we would like to propose that this should be offered in like two parts. And so today I will first introduce, maybe some of you have already learned, but maybe the other parts. It's about what is about IIOE. I will deliver a speech and a presentation about IIOE's rationale, and then Ms. Shicha will deliver a presentation about how to use IIOE. And finally, I will give some comments about how your involvement as a participant, maybe even as a future contributor and course maker can be combined with our IIOE progress. So let's save the time and let's start this session. I'll share my screen. Okay, I see on this on my slides. This is okay. So my name is Feng Siyuan, and I'm working at the IIOE Management Center for the UNESCO-ICHEI, and this is one of our flagship projects, which is designed to become an open education platform for the digital transformation of higher education in developing countries. So the focus is that we focus on the digital transformation of higher education. So to do that, we see these important contexts. And firstly, we recognize a shared digital future for all of us, not only for China, but also for not only for Pakistan as well. It's for all of the world. We can see that the globe is being digitalized, and we see digital transformations of global societies everywhere. And we also recognize higher education's leading role in facilitating the digital transformation, how higher education professionals, how different people can work together to facilitate the transformation of the societies. And in these higher education institutions like the UET Lahore could help in terms of research and development. For example, you are a research university, you have a lot of the research power, and you can help and fuel the future of digital development of your local society. And also it can also in terms of human resources. We are educators, we are preparing the next generation of labor force. We are helping our students to adapt to the digital society. And thirdly, it's about the innovation and entrepreneurship. Much of the research done in the university do not stay only within the walls of a campus. but also they may extend to local communities. They can help. They can change. I've learned that UET has very good robotic courses, and many of the applications are already applied in the local community. So in this way, the innovation and entrepreneurship can actually start from universities and eventually benefit the digital transformation of global societies. And bearing that context in mind, we have envisioned these missions and challenges for higher education in developing countries. I think the first important mission for higher education is that we should be aware of the digital transformation of software and hardware development of our own entity on campus. We need to think of ways to reinvent a classroom, reinvent a department, or maybe reinvent a whole campus. So we have worked very closely with our UET partners, the UNESCO-ICHEI, and the UET team has already installed a set of smart equipment in the classrooms, which my colleague Hassan took a leading role. But this is one good example of how to fulfill such a mission to facilitate the digital transformation of software and hardware development on campus. And secondly, we see that it's also very important to fulfill the digital transformation of educators, to change the roles of educators in terms of the teaching and research, and in terms of management and development. So teachers need to think of new ways and how to adapt to the new tools. For example, we are delivering speeches on via Zoom. Much of this venue and these forms do not exist maybe 10 years ago, but we need to think of 10 years later. What shall we learn to become capable teaching, to fulfill a capable teaching role for the next 10 years, 20 years, or even 30 years? It's also about management and development, how university policies and eventually provincial or country policies can recognize teachers' efforts to change into a digital teacher and to develop toward the future. And thirdly, the IIOE recognizes the digital transformation of disciplines. So it's a great mission for universities to make transformations of disciplines and even to invent new disciplines. And these will be especially beneficial for those educated, for the students, for the human resource. For example, I have many friends attending business school. That was more than 10 years ago. So at that time, if they wanted to become an accountant, much of the work has been based on paper. They have to take down all the notes, take down all the income and outcome of the money flow. But today, even the traditional accountant role should be digitalized by using different softwares and by using advanced digital skills. And in the future, perhaps the roles can be replaced partially by the artificial intelligence. So these are things we need to consider, and how to transform our existing disciplines, how to invent new disciplines toward the future. However, along the way, we also recognize a few challenges for HEI in developing countries. We often talk about the digital divide. The first problem is about the insufficient funding and resources to support digital transformation. It's about money. And secondly, we don't have sufficient support for educators to develop adequate skills and knowledge for the digital transformation. And thirdly, many universities and many of the workforce don't have sufficient experience in developing new disciplines or changing the traditional ones towards the next 10 years. And finally, we all recognize that COVID-19 has great impact on education continuity, and it has stopped much of the progress we have already been making. So addressing these, we conceptualize the challenges and our roles and our future. We see four problems: the problem with the system, the problem with the educators, the problem with those to be educated by us, and the problem with the pandemic. We see these two areas as barriers to our digital future, and we aim to find ways to solve the problems. But before that, we have made the IIOE as a platform jointly proposed by UET Lahore and many other universities, enterprises, and the UNESCO-ICHEI in late 2019. That's before the pandemic. But we soon recognized that we could work together and transform the collaborative roles between the higher education, between enterprises, intergovernmental organizations, and we form partnerships to fundamentally change the identification of HEI and from higher education institutions to higher education enterprises, intergovernmental organizations together, which will be jointly working to advance digital skills of the labor force to advance the process of the transformation of higher education on campus. So let's go back to this picture and for the first issue. When we are addressing problems with the system, we address them in these three areas. Firstly, for the lack of hardware software support, IIOE could work and function as a multi-language an online and mobile education platform to serve the educators. I understand UET have very good LMS and MOOC system, but for many of the universities that we serve, they don't have a MOOC system. They don't have good LMS. They don't have an online platform. So this platform can work and function to help other universities to study, to learn, and to deliver their teacher education programs. I will elaborate on that later. And secondly, the IIOE proposes different mechanisms and policy instructions for universities to focus on their online blended education and on the quality assurance. And we also provide a few of the online open access tools and softwares, which could help the universities to use and to utilize and to help their teachers to get free stuff. And finally, we see IIOE as an extension of UNESCO-ICHEI's Smart Classroom project. I saw many of the participants from UET Lahore just last weekend. We invited a master teacher of the Smart Classroom, who showed the use of some Smart Classroom. How should we use Smart Classroom? How should it adapt to the smart learning environment? So these works can be seen as an extension of the existing hardware smart room project that we help our teachers to learn and to develop future skills. So without IIOE, Smart Classroom is not that complete, but for using IIOE, we can make Smart Classroom applications more diverse and more efficient and more closely linked to your own teaching scenario. And secondly, addressing the educators, which we saw that we lack the support for educators and to develop adequate skills and knowledge. We focus on three areas, three categories. We offer three categories of educational resource, serving more than 8,000 educators from 135 countries. First, for general teachers role, we offer online blended teaching and education skills and support. We have video recorded courses. We have online live delivered webinars, teaching teachers how to teach, and we focus on professional development and pedagogical skills for online and blended teaching. Secondly, we focus on ICT and higher education development. We organize a lot of the resources for teachers and especially the education administrators in higher education. Many of you have participated in our big data and AI training sessions, which is kind of like a spot, but it is more about helping educators to learn about ICT literacy and using that information to apply and to even design policies based on your own setting. And it's about the advocation of future digital transformation in terms of understanding ICT, recognizing its roles, learning to apply ICT in future even teaching, either teaching or educational policy, and promote other teachers to use digital skills. And finally, in a specific area which we are now currently developing, we are trying to provide specific support for STEM-related disciplines. Unlike humanities, which could be more easily taught without heavy investment on equipment, STEM-related disciplines are actually very expensive to teach. We have to build up the laboratories. We have to use this very expensive equipment. So in terms of that, we are trying to find ICT solutions to more economically solve the problems. We try to provide and develop a virtual experimental environment. For example, we can move a laboratory online, so teachers don't need to use the lab devices to teach their students, but they can use the online services. Oh, someone said it's the voice quality is poor. Mr. Tahir, can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Fan, I can hear you quite clear. I'm not sure.
Okay, so yeah, so if you find the voice quality is poor, please check your own devices. It might not be caused by my side. It could be caused by the connection or others. Let's move on. For the teachers, we've of course we've provided quite a lot of online video recorded courses in English, in Chinese, in French, but we are also developing Arabic and Russian courses to be added in 2021. We are also thinking about whether we can explore ways to develop Urdu courses in the future, but that's to be discussed after our presentations. We are glad to see you all, and we would like to have your ideas on how to develop those. And then we have provided 4 innovative training programs in AI and big data, 2 in English and 2 in French, and which served more than 5,000 educators from 107 countries. Many of them came from Pakistan, and also the UET lecturer, Mr. Ghani, and helped us to provide 1 session as the presidency unit of IIOE. We also have quite a lot of webinar series, which I will skip. So thirdly, we see that the challenges to those educated, that's about the students. So this is especially relevant to our colleagues in Africa, because unlike UET, many of the universities in Africa, they are blended with vocational school training courses. They are considered as vocational schools. So they have a strong focus on vocational skills, but they lacked the capability of teaching digital courses. So we collaborated with Chinese vocational schools and the UNESCO Univoc network. So we transferred different courses for the university to use and to teach. And we also mobilized the courses from Huawei and from other enterprises and Microsoft as well, and Kingsoft. And they have a lot of courses which we offer to our colleagues for free, and to recognize that their advanced skills. And these works are designed to build up a reference course library for universities to develop and reform their own courses and disciplines. A good example is the courses made for Virtual University of Côte d'Ivoire and Ivory Coast. They have already made 2 IIOE courses available to their master and undergraduate students. So when they lack the capability of developing new courses, they could directly borrow and to jointly design courses with the IIOE and pick courses from our course library and use them in their own teaching and learning. And finally, about the pandemic, we have done quite a lot to address the challenges caused by the pandemic. I believe many of you have already participated in the 10 COVID response training sessions in English and French, which were held last year. And this has very good support for teachers to quickly move their education online using Zoom and making assessments in distance learning environments. So these helped teachers to adjust to the new requirement caused by the global pandemic, and we have helped them to keep education, keep the continuity of education. So in these ways, we provided hardware and software support to the system of education, higher education. We provided free and open access courses and training of various themes and methods to the educators. And we supported the disciplinary development and training of digital talents toward a digital future. And finally, we helped teachers to adjust themselves to the pandemic. So in these ways, we think we are making a little bit of the progress toward the digital future. So thank you. This is the introduction of the rationale for IIOE. So I wonder if you would like to ask me some questions, and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you very much. Mr. Tahir, would you like to host the Q&A session for this part?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. So, Dr. Fan, there is a question by Dr. Kulsum. She's asking which kind of tool and softwares can be assessed online?
Yes, thank you very much. And actually, we have the two like both online and offline softwares. Let me introduce you a little bit. Just a second. Let me share my screen again. Please give me half a minute. Let me open up the resource categories. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
That's great. So we have two designed quality assurance tool that we made by ourselves. And these are the tools to be used by the universities to assess their own policies. We also have a lot of the tools provided by our collaborating enterprises. And Wolf Meeting is a meeting software developed by Tencent. And this is a VLMS, which I believe has already been installed in our smart classrooms as management systems. And we also have quite a lot of the tools from the UNESCO and which you can use as planning tools. We also have the tools, free commercial tools that's provided by different commercial partners, but we are not asking them to charge you payment. But if you use them, if you purchase additional functions, they might charge you. But these are mostly the free and open access tools, the digital tools that you can use, which we have the links to them. And for other tools, we already collaborated with these different companies and which could serve different functions. We, for example, we collaborated with the company Kingsoft. So so we have collaborated with this company, the Kingsoft, which they provide the Kingsoft softwares. Which is like this. And we are, for example, in this next month, in this July, we're going to launch our coursework competition together with the Kingsoft. So it's it's very similar to Microsoft softwares, Office softwares, but they are charged, but they would like to offer free downloads and free licenses to our colleagues. And we are also developing different softwares to be delivered to our partners. So we have different IIOE tools, UNESCO tools, productivity tools, and other kind of tools. We also have the, excuse me, we also have the different assessment tools, which could be used for teachers to test their own students when they were teaching. For example, if you are a teacher in Java, you can ask, let me log in first. You can ask your students to use our tools to try to test them, and teachers can use this to open up new tests. What is inheritance? So students can take the test and can eventually be scored for this kind of assessments. So we have a section called assessments, which can be used by teachers to teach their own students. So these are basically the tools that we are talking about.
Thank you very much. And moreover, beside IIOE, there are many other tools available online free of cost. So you can also use those tools in addition. Thank you very much. There is another question, Dr. Fan. The question
Yes.
is, for online teaching, internet facility should be available all over the country. In developing countries like Pakistan, how it can be managed?
I didn't see this question.
Uh,
Oh, I saw that. It's from Zulfiqar Ali.
yes.
I believe that it's about two things. First, it's about the digital infrastructure in the developing countries, right? It's about how the country system can support and build up digital networks which allow the internet applications for our users. But also it's about for developing countries like Pakistan, I believe you have already have a relatively good system. I'm not saying that Pakistan is not a developing country, but compared to many of our African partners, you are already having good progress in terms of the digital infrastructure. And secondly, that we need to think of new ways of delivering teacher education and delivering education in general in countries like Pakistan. We see from statistics that much of the increase of the internet accessing community came from mobile users. So we have to think of mobile learning ways instead of teaching on computers, on laptops, and especially the desktops, because they are heavy, they are expensive, and they are not easily accessible by many of the new users of internet. So we have to think of new ways and developing applications and developing maybe the mobile-friendly versions of websites to help learners learn using their own cell phone. So it's not only about the infrastructure, but it's also about our conceptualization of next generation of teaching and learning. So teaching and learning could be where you are and where your mobile phone is.
Thank you very much. I hope this is the answer for Sir Zulfikar. And next, Dr. Kulsum is asking about the account creation. I hope there will be a short demonstration about account creation on IIOE, then account verification as well. So we have another question. Is there by Mr. Usman, is any training program related to teaching methodologies?
Yes, we are developing them. Currently, we don't have much, but we have a few courses addressing the pedagogies. But we are trying to develop a systematic support for the teaching and learning. So let me show you. We have a few courses on the using softwares, and it's about the teacher's role and about the ICT supported project-based learning, and it's related to pedagogy, and and also education data collection and data visualization, how to make online courses, using screen recorded micro lecture software to record a micro lecture, and producing the using mind map to teach. So mostly we have these, but we have other light webinars. For example, the one that we just had last week, we are going to have more of the pedagogical and teaching skill courses since this month, and we will continue that before September. So in terms of that, please look forward to our notifications, and we will have more to come. And also, we are going to launch a new Arabic website, which we can discuss later. That's how possibly we can jointly bring up Urdu content as well. So these are the things to come, but we would like to wait for a little bit while for this to be officially launched. Now it is on the internal testing phase.
Thank you very much. I think these are the all questions. We can move onward.
Yes. So let me invite Ms. Xiao to deliver her presentation, and then we shall discuss further. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi, the friends from Pakistan, and thanks for your attending. I'm so happy to be here to introduce what IIOE have. Yeah. So today let's see how to register and log in at first. So logging in at first, you should come to the website. Our IIOE is the main homepage, and you will see the login button here. So click the login here. Now we're at the registration and login page. So I believe that everyone already have the IIOE account. So, but we just forget that, and we click the sign up here, and follow the guidance and to fill in your own information here. And for example, I type in my first name, Chao, and my last name, Shi. The date of birth, I just choose one. And the role in your university, just choose one. And my title, my gender, and choose my country. I think you should choose Pakistan, so I choose Pakistan. It's here, yeah. So next. The next step is to type in our email. So I type my email here. And then is a quite important one. You should click the send verification code here. And back to your email address. Now you can see you received one email from IIOE, and this is your verification code. You just copy and paste it. and paste it. Copy and paste it. And set up your password. Yeah, and sign up. So you have already logged in successfully. So that is our registration part. And then the second, what I want to show you is how to authorize your account with your institute. So click the blue man here and click My IIOE to access your personal profile. And you can see there is a verify now. So this button you choose, and to choose your university. Here, yeah, this one. And choose your job title. I just choose anyone. And choose a disciplinary area, education, school, and I think you can just tap your school and divisions and the ID number and submit. So now you have already submit your apply and just waiting for your university. I think maybe Tahir is your university administrator in IIOE. So
Yes, I am the admin.
yeah,
I have
so,
admin account. When you will verify, anyone from UT Lahore will apply for verification, I will receive an email and I will log into my admin account and verify that application.
yes, just waiting for your verification from your side. Yeah. Okay. So it's just let's move on. The third, I'm going to introduce it to how to use the IIOE course resources on IIOE. So let me see. We can click the course here from on the homepage navigation bar. So we just wait. 可以，但是我登录了。No. Sorry, the network is not seems good.
We have to use my. Okay, let's use my computer. It seems that she's not having some malfunction with her computer. Let me share the screen on IIOE. Yeah, this is the courses.
Yeah, I think it can be better.
你要展示什么？你讲，我帮你点。
好。
So many of our respected faculty members are asking about the ID number while applying for verification. So ID number could be any number you can type in. And then
ID number can just be your school ID number, and it's just a theme that icon that you can easier to recognize this teacher is belong to your university. Yeah, the ID number is just a reference for Tahar, the administrator of IIOE, to just judge whether the student whether the user is UET teacher or not. So we go to the third. how to get the course resources here. And we can see there are 3 types of courses here: the discipline courses, the vocational education courses, and the teacher education courses. And these courses will cover the cloud computing, big data, and artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things, and others. So we also can see the recommended courses here, and which appears on the homepage of the courses. So you can see which are popular among our IIOE users. And you also can see the externally certified courses here. If you want to see more courses, you can check in all courses here. And or you can use the search bar here. For example, we type in data, and you can find which courses you are interested in, and we just click this one, and you can say the overview, syllabus, instructor, and the reviews here. And click the watch video to start your learning. And click here. You can start your learning. Oh, the network is not very well. Okay, it can play. So after you finish this video, and you can click the next chapter and choose any chapter you want to learn here, and choose that. Yeah. And you also can back to, if you think this course is useful, so you can choose this, or yeah.
It's already.
So yeah, add to study plan here, and now it's already in your study plan, and you can choose check your My IIOE here, and you can see your course which you choose. It appears in this page. Okay, the fourth, let's see how to participate in our IIOE training series. So click the training and here, and you can come to the training homepage navigation bar. You can see the training information here, and find which training you are interested in. So for example, we choose AI general level, the IIOE training series. And we come to this page. And in this page, you can check the class detail, the syllabus of this class, and see, or you can see the course content here. And you also can give your opinion and your questions here with this training. So just let's start start learning here. You can check your learning progress here, and if you finish it, it will be blue, and if you are not finished it, and the icon is here is gray. So next, I will show you after this training, you will get a certificate here. For example, you can, when you after finishing all the training content, you can come to this certification application page and click the apply for a certificate. Oh, okay. And to submit your application, you will get a certification via email. And I think Dr. Feng has something to add.
Yes. Yes, please allow me to add a little bit. So these are the main functions that we have for the IIOE, and I've just introduced the tools and assessments. But for the training and courses, I would like to add, is that they serve different functions. For the courses, which you can see is mostly video based, and it can actually work as a course reference for you as a teacher. You can check how a course is designed, how it is delivered, what are the organizations in the virtual environment, how different steps are made into. You can check the settable design. This is the first function. And secondly, for courses, there are a few courses which I just showed about the teacher education, which you can use as your own learning and development reference. But most importantly, these courses currently they serve as functions as references to your own teaching. And also, I would like to highlight these courses provided by the Huawei, Microsoft, and UBTech and Udemy. And there are courses that's externally linked, but you can use your IIOE accounts to log in. But if you cannot, you can contact us. We can help you to set up accounts to use them. For Huawei, for example, you can use the courses to be certified as an engineer. They used to charge for those, but if you are taking the courses and if you are you have fulfilled all the security courses, and you can access this to Huawei, and then you can learn. It's free, and then you can get certified. And if they would like to charge you, if you find anyone charging you, contact us. We will solve the payment issues. There will be free supplies of courses like this. And also for the training course, what I would like to highlight is that such kind of course is actually specifically designed for the teachers, for the faculty. It's not designed as much as a course to be used by you, but this is the course to be learned by the faculty. So for example, this course is about understanding the application of AI. It's about the the basic knowledge and basic fundamental theories about the AI, and it's about the ethics of AI as well. This is my VPN. Yeah, ethics of AI. So these are very important courses to be learned by the teachers, and for this part, we usually invite different lecturers from different universities. For example, this one is a course delivered by by Muhammad Usman Ghani, doctor, and he got this very interesting presentation about the AI applications in Pakistan as well. I think I muted my computer, but I think you can see his image. So this course is designed to help all of our colleagues to use the IIOE and to actually use it as a professional development tool for you. We shall discuss later after Shichao tells us how to use the library and how to check the news. Yeah, thank you.
Library. So let's see how to use the library, and it's also you can click the library here from the navigation bar, and you can search. You can also search for what you are interested in, and you can see the latest, which we have already published in our library here. And you can click one. For example, we can click here and you can choose the language, from French or English. So if you just click the English version, and you will see it will be downloaded as a PDF version. Yeah,
it's already downloaded. Yes.
Yeah, it's already downloaded. Okay. Okay, so yeah. So this is our library function, and you can search. You also can search what you are interested in, and our IIOE library can have some interesting content such as IIOE document, IIOE training materials, and some education ICT or education publications. You also can search use this button. Okay, well, let's see how to keeping up with the news about IIOE here. Okay. What's wrong with the network? Network cannot work. Oh. Yes, this page is our IIOE news homepage, and you can check the latest activities and the latest news about IIOE or UNESCO-ICHEI. And you also can find the webinar replay here, and you can say this is our last time we hold this webinar. And you can say replay if you missed it, and you can replay in this page. And you also can download the relevant materials here. Okay, so this is my session, and thank you, and I appreciate your participation. Thank you.
And also for Mr. Takir Naeem, and we are also glad to welcome your participation or contribution to the news and events. If there is a specific event that you would like to promote on our website and to be posted, for example, this one is from Shenzhen Polytech, where they welcomed Professor Shahbaz Khan, a UET alumni, but also a director of UNESCO Beijing office. And they posted this news to us, and we posted it online. And you can do that as well. And if you are, for example, celebrating your 100-year anniversary, things like that, we can also accommodate for that.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Fan, there are two questions. One is from mining engineering department. Question is, what are the best method to perform a lab work in online module?
A lab work in an online module. So I think there are different ways. It depends on what equipment you have and what software you have. If you have a very good, for example, software to perform the online environment, which I will show you later, you can use the software to show the students how to teach and how to deliver the courses, how to make the experiment. And but also if you don't have the environment, if you don't have a very good equipment, and if you don't have the good software to be used, you can actually think of new innovative ways of using commercial basic softwares like the Office. For the PowerPoint, actually, you can make animations. You can learn how to draw pictures and to stimulate the content, the teaching content. I'll show you a picture. Just a second. Let me share my screen about the new content here. So for example, this is a solution from China for how to teach physics education courses. You can see the teacher don't have to buy all of these batteries, light bulbs, and lines and switches for the students. But this can be done, for example, by using the software. It is established and developed a few clicks away that your students can learn without the equipment. But we can think of ways, if we don't have the software, We can use PowerPoint to stimulate this kind of condition, which we will teach eventually in the next coming months about the advanced picture skills. And you can see the different modules of the environment. If you have the software, if the software is readily built in your country, students can learn using even sophisticated the learning environment can be taught by a computer software. So you don't have to work on the software and things like that. So you can see that this is about electricity, and this is about the pressure, chemistry pressure, and this is about the sound, and it's still about the electricity. So this is the kind of things that we can think of. Not only buying commercial ones, but also maybe we can form a local community of teachers who can do the research. That's what I say about the research and development and entrepreneurship. We can make that into innovations, and we can use the stimulations to help our partners, to help our students. So I think that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. And let me add, it depends on the type of lab you want to perform in front of your students. And in KICS, researchers are also working on the different applications and softwares that can be used for lab work. For example, in KICS, we have developed the lab virtual lab for the circuit labs. You can perform in electrical, mechatronics, and different departments. So we are working on it, and you can also find different softwares online as well. So another question, Dr. Fan, is by Dr. Ubaid. So Dr. Ubaid is asking about some examples of smart classroom apps, some applications that can be used as a smart classroom.
Can you answer that? Smart classroom related.
Thank you. Some of the application that we have in our smart classroom facility at UET Lahore under the supervision, I think Tahir, you could remember some of those Vidong's application. Remember, there are some that they are being used for the collaboration and also creating the content. There are a lot of educational free, these are the free applications for education purpose that we can download. Maybe Tahir can name those applications that are being used.
Yes, there are applications being used in Smart Classroom of UT Lahore. There is an application that can be used your laptop. If you have a touch screen, you can use that laptop as a board virtually to teach online. So we have that application you can install in your system. And there are other applications that can be used for recording of some demonstrations. If you want to demonstrate online and record as well, then there are also applications available in Smart Classroom. But obviously that are for recording purpose, you need some camera and integration with your system. And many other applications are also available online. Some are free, some are paid. We can search and give you a list. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, Smart Classroom facility actually gives the environment like software and hardware compulsory. And the beauty of it is that you can also download your preferred software or applications, and then you can use in your Smart Classroom activity. Plus, you can record and also save and do it live demo also in case if you want to.
Thank you. I hope this is the answer of the question by Dr. Abad. So there is another question by Mohsen Kazmi. Most online courses are centered around computer science. There is a need to develop applied courses on different engineering, for example, applied machine learning, for chemical or mechanical engineering. So this is, I think, a type of suggestion by Mr. Mohsen Kazmi. Yes, I agree. So we need to design and develop the courses for other discipline as well, beside computer science.
Yes, this is why we would love to develop some of the content for the universities also. This is what we are proposing, Professor Mansoor, Professor Syed Mansoor Sarwar also, and Professor Wakar, that if we can develop some content and we have local experts, that those content can be used for students' benefit also.
Thank you. I think, yes, there is a question. I think this is relevant, by Syed Abdurrahman Kashif. Can we develop our own courses?
Yes, of course, and this is a huge focus that I would like to invite you all to think of today. We are currently actually helping different countries to develop their own systems. I believe there are 3 ways maybe we can jointly develop and maybe build courses of your own. Firstly, we currently have a backend system which administrators can use to upload and to put courses online to our website, and which Mr. Tahir Naeem, we can work together to check the functions and to see how courses can be added to our platform. So, but these courses, we recommend them to be delivered in English, and because this is to be used by multiple universities, we hope that they can be of very good quality and with very spot on knowledge on on issues that we are both interested in. Currently, we are very interested in developing more courses, as you mentioned, toward the teacher's development, toward the pedagogical skills. It can be your sharing of pedagogical skills about your experiences of making quality online courses, or maybe remotely managing your student. So this course can generally be developed on video basis. And this is the first term. And secondly, we hope that our colleagues can continue to stay focused on our IIOE work. We are also delivering data literacy courses, like the trainings, like the big data and the and artificial intelligence training, which are certified training towards thousands of learners. So it will be a very good opportunity if maybe anyone from the audience, if you have a good idea, you are very confident to join us, like Dr. Mohammed Musman Ghani has done so. You can contribute by providing a special case with very strong relevance to that topic. When we are planning that, we will contact Mr. Tahir Naeem to deliver to contact you guys to let you know, oh, we are developing this one and what kind of videos we are looking for. You can join and we can help to fund the small clip, a short clip, and that can be used to serve thousands of teachers, and we can promote ideas to the teacher community. And thirdly, we definitely welcome your teachers, leading teachers, experienced teachers, and your education administrators, the leadership, to join the IIOE webinars. We hope as a presidential unit, UET can actually organize some webinars, first in English, to help us learn either the experience or the challenges faced by Pakistan, how you made your campus digitalized, how you made change to your disciplines, and how you train your own teachers to fulfill the future teachers' roles. This is about it. And secondly, we also hope that you can develop more of the webinars. We can form a offline teacher community. We can ask all the teachers to join, to sit down, either virtually or physically, to discuss maybe in the Urdu language about how teachers can be taught, what kind of skills we can learn, and maybe even and also if you see a very good course or IIOE webinar, you can think of ways to copy that, to make that into Urdu, and serve not only teachers from UET, but also teachers from your own country. That's a way that I'm thinking of how UET input and your own courses can benefit, not only for benefit the IIOE, not only benefit UET, but also benefit global learning community of teachers and local learning community of Pakistani teachers. So that's the ways to do. And also, if we are offering some tools, and in the future we are trying to develop some virtual experiment instrument, maybe you can make that into your local language, and you can try to promote and deliver that to your own local schools. So this is also a very direction for us to collaborate and to work together.
Thank you very much. And let me add that in upcoming months, we will also co-organize the MOOCs development trainings with the collaboration of IIOE. And then we'll also going to launch MOOCs competition in 2021.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Please mute it.
Tahir, we could not hear your last sentences.
Tahir, you are muted.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. So all the teachers and faculty members are invited for that competition and MOOC development training, so they can participate and learn how to develop MOOCs and how to make videos effectively. And then we can also upload those developed courses on IIOE for whole world in addition to Pakistan, right? Thank you. I think,
yeah.
Is there any question from respected faculty members?
I think we got the questions, and the Hassan, would you like to add a little bit more about the smart classrooms? Because I would like to promote as well the smart classrooms. I think Pakistan is taking the lead in using them into making courses, but we also would like to push you guys a little bit further to be using that. From last week on, we are organizing a series of applications based on smart classrooms. We showed a teacher using the smart whiteboard how to teach their students using very fine technologies. That's we would also like for your own community to learn and to access the smart classrooms. I don't know how many of you have experienced your own smart classroom. We would encourage that you to think of the smart classroom. It's not a smart classroom for a few technicians to make video courses, but for all teachers to experience, participate, to access. We would like to see more teachers using them, producing their own courses, and to find innovative ways of teaching.
I will go through the smart classroom background and also implementation, what we have done with UET Lahore in Urdu, or it will be a little quick. अस्सलाम वालेकुम। असल में स्मार्ट क्लासरूम जो है ना, हमने 2019 को जो है, मैं गया था फरवरी में यूईटी मिलने के लिए डॉक्टर वकार साहब को, तो उस वक्त हमने स्मार्ट क्लासरूम के मुतालिक देख रहे थे कि तैयारी किस तरह की है। तो इस दौरान आजकल की तारीख में जब मैं अपना फेसबुक चेक कर रहा था कि मैं पाकिस्तान की तरफ जा रहा हूँ, तो ये था स्मार्ट क्लासरूम इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए ना किक्स के अंदर ऑडिटोरियम में स्मार्ट क्लासरूम पाकिस्तान का, वहाँ पे 2019 में हमने स्मार्ट क्लासरूम जो है ना डिवाइसेस वहाँ पे इंस्टॉल की थी। उसके बाद ट्रायल पीरियड रहा, ताहिर और अयाज थे जो ये दो लोग जो थे ना, ये फोकल पर्सन थे। तो ताहिर हमारे जो है ना मेन मतलब वहाँ पे इस वक्त हमारे कांटेक्ट हैं जो IIOE और स्मार्ट क्लासरूम के मुतालिक सारी चीज़ें देख रहे हैं। जो स्मार्ट क्लासरूम है ना, वो सिर्फ किक्स के लिए नहीं है, वो तमाम फैकल्टीज़ के लिए, तमाम प्रोफेसर्स, तमाम टीचर्स के लिए, सबके लिए है कि वो उनको यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं। और ताहिर ने भी ये बताया कि जो नेशनल अथॉरिटी है मेरे ख्याल तिब्बत के मुतालिक, उन्होंने भी कोर्सेज उन्होंने भी कुछ वर्कशॉप्स जो है कंडक्ट किए हैं। यहाँ पे IoTs के मुतालिक भी वर्कशॉप हुई हैं और दूसरी भी चीज़ें हुई हैं। और और ये जो चीज़ है ना, अगर आप किस तरह उस स्मार्ट क्लासरूम फैसिलिटी को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए ताहिर जो है ना वो ज़्यादा बेहतर पोजीशन में है कि वो बता सकेंगे, क्योंकि डॉक्टर वकार साहब और ताहिर जो है ना वो हमारे मेन फोकल पर्सन है। उसमें डिवाइसेस हैं असल में 50 एक के करीब जो है ना, 50 कंप्यूटर्स वहाँ पे हैं, रिकॉर्डिंग मशीन है वहाँ पे, कैमरास लगे हुए हैं, सर्वर भी वहीं पे है, जो भी रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है वहाँ पे, वो वहाँ पे आप मतलब जो भी एक्टिविटी हो रही है वो रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं, उसको बाद में मुक्स के जरिए आप उसको एडिट वगैरह कर सकते हैं। और रोबोटिक्स के अंदर भी वहाँ पे यूबी टेक का एक रोबोट भी है, जो कि ताहिर और डॉक्टर उस्मान गनी साहब जो है ना वो देख रहे हैं उसको। इसके अलावा भी यहाँ से शंजन से डायरेक्टर साहब जो हैं हमारे आईचे के, वो कह रहे थे कि क्योंकि पाकिस्तान बहुत अच्छे तरह इस्तेमाल कर, और ग्रेजुएट क्लासेस भी मेरे सुनने में आया था कि वीकेंड के ऊपर हो रही हैं ग्रेजुएट क्लासेस भी। तो पाकिस्तान के लिए ना जो स्मार्ट क्लासरूम को ना वो इन्हेंस भी करना, उसको अपलिफ्ट भी करना है, और भी मतलब मोडेलिटीज हम लोग यहाँ से कोशिश कर रहे हैं जो इंटरप्राइजेस के जरिए स्मार्ट क्लासरूम की तरफ आए। ये स्मार्ट क्लासरूम आप सबके लिए है, आप वहाँ पे ये सारे कोर्सेज वगैरह मतलब रिकॉर्ड भी कर सकते हैं, उनको एडिट भी कर सकते हैं, और उनको आप डिसमिनेट भी कर सकते हैं। ताहिर, अगर आप कुछ बताना चाहें इसके बारे में तो बता दिए तमाम
जी जी
टीचर्स।
जी बिल्कुल। असल में वहाँ पर हमने इसको पहले प्रमोट किया था थ्रू ईमेल सर्कुलेशन, जो कि आईटी मैनेजर की तरफ से सारे फैकल्टीज़ को जाती थी। तो उसमें मैं बहुत अच्छा रिस्पांस नहीं मिल सका। तो लेकिन अभी तक हमने उसके अंदर नैपटेक के कोर्सेज कंडक्ट किए हैं, मल्टीपल वर्कशॉप्स और सेमिनार्स कंडक्ट किए हैं। और वहाँ पर डॉक्टर उस्मान गनी साहब जो कंप्यूटर साइंस डिपार्टमेंट से हैं, उन्होंने मल्टीपल बैचेस ग्रेजुएट और अंडर ग्रेजुएट के वहाँ पर कंडक्ट किए हैं। और उन 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 क्लासेस में से कुछ को उन्होंने रिकॉर्ड भी किया, और उनकी रिकॉर्डिंग स्मार्ट क्लास में मौजूद भी है, उसको भी आप चेक कर सकते हैं। और लेकिन अभी हमारे पास अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अभी ये हुआ है, फ़ायदा ये हुआ है कि नॉमिनेशंस आने के बाद हमारे पास हर डिपार्टमेंट्स के एक दो तीन लोग जो है वो नॉमिनेटेड हमारे पास हैं, उनकी कॉन्टैक्ट हैं। और उनको थ्रू हम जो है ना एक नया सेशन हम वहाँ पर स्मार्ट क्लासरूम के बारे में कंडक्ट कर सकते हैं यूटी में, जिसमें हम जो है स्मार्ट क्लासरूम की कंप्लीट जो है ना उनको थोड़ी सी इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो डिटेल के अंदर दे सकें, ताकि अगर कोई भी टीचर वहाँ पर जाकर अपनी क्लास कंडक्ट करना चाह रहे हैं या फिर रिकॉर्ड करना चाह रहे हैं, तो उसके बाद उनके ऊपर जो है वो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हम कर सकें।
जी बिल्कुल, बहुत अच्छा हो गया, बेहतरीन हो गया। अगर इस दौरान भी कोई सवाल हुआ तो ताहिर जो है वहाँ पे होंगे, और अगर ना भी हो तो आप ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं ताहिर को सीसी लेके, और ताहिर मुझे भी कर सकते हैं, हम आपस में लूप में ही रहेंगे इंशाल्लाह।
जी जी। मैडम आसमा खालिद पूछ रही हैं कि वो नीड अ लाइव डेमो। तो आई थिंक हम यहाँ पर एक कंडक्ट कर सकते हैं, डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन सेशन हम एक यहाँ पर यूटी के अंदर कंडक्ट कर लेंगे, जिसमें हर डिपार्टमेंट से कोई भी जो है वो शामिल होना चाह रहा है या सिर्फ नॉमिनेटेड फैकल्टी मेंबर्स आना चाह रहे हैं, तो वो बिल्कुल आए। हम इंशाल्लाह इसको स्केजल कर लेते हैं, फिर आपसे नॉमिनेटेड फैकल्टी मेंबर्स से हम जो है वो शेयर कर लेंगे, तो उसको ज्वाइन कर लें तो इंशाल्लाह आपको काफ़ी बेहतर जो है ना उसका मिल जाएगी, डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन मिल जाएगी। थैंक यू। I think there are no more questions, so we can end this orientation session. And let me add one thing, that big data training and AI training is available on IIOE. So I will request all the nominated faculty members to please enroll in that training to get an idea how to use big data and artificial intelligence in education, in teaching and learning, and different perspectives as well. And I will also request all the respected nominated faculty members to please disseminate the information and this webinar. We will share the recording to all the faculty members of your respective departments. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. We will make this. We will put this online on the IIOE website, and we will email to Tahir, and he can share to all of the nominated faculty members. And for you, if you have not already received the attended the training and received the certificate, please maybe take 3 weeks of learning time you can spend like 2 to 3 hours per week to view the video records and make the reading and finish the assignments. And after that, please let Tahir know, let us know you have completed the training session, and you can also apply online. We will notice that. But after that, we will prepare certificates together with the UET. You can jointly issue certifications by of the UET and the UNESCO to certify that you have earned the experience in using big data and AI in higher education. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And sorry, let me add another thing, because everyone needs some type of reward in so for that, for MOOC development training, after MOOC development training, there will be a MOOC competition, and the top 10 winners of that MOOC competition will be awarded with the cash prize or maybe a laptop. And the first training, that is big data training in big data training in education, higher education, the faculty members who have completed that training, they will be also rewarded with the smart gadgets after receiving from IIOE. And maybe there will be more rewards and different types of encouragements from IIOE and UET. So we'll also share a hard certificate, maybe jointly signed by IIOE Director IIOE and our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Syed Mansoor Sarwar. So thank you very much, I think. So thank you very much, IIOE, Dr.
for attending. So I really enjoyed the time, and we look forward to seeing you sometimes in the middle of July and sometime by the end of July, and we can have more discussions on our future collaboration and maybe on different issues designed for your university. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all faculty members, IIOE, Dr. Fan, Mr. Hassan, and all other panelists. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.